You gotta know yourself. You gotta know your. It's like, think about it with people. It's like you gotta negotiate your deals, man. You gotta know what you come to the table, because some people so scarred they don't believe what you say. They're like, I need to see your actions, da 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 da. And it's like, if you know you put numbers on the board, my nigga, you need to ask for your worth all the time. But you can't be always thinking about somebody else's pockets when it's like you put somebody else's pockets over yours because you don't want to ask for your price. Got me fucked up. Y'all be scared to ask for your price because you thinking it's too much. But you only thinking that way because somebody who didn't see the value in you told you that, and you accepted that belief. This is why I tell people y'all need to work on the security system of your mind and your subconscious mind. My subconscious mind is going to reject you first before it accepts what you say. And the reason why is because if what you say is true, it'll be repeated multiple times. Or when you say it multiple times, you'll give me different types of evidence that'll eventually change my mind. Listen, hey, you could call it stubborn. You could call it what it want. That's just the cat in me. I'm going to reject your ass first until I truly see for myself. I'm just saying. Because let me tell you something. Motherfuckers getting really good with talking and game. Niggas out here teaching this shit now. Shit, I teach this shit. You feel me? So it's like you gotta be able to have that type of discernment within you. And the thing about it is that if somebody is holding up a mask, if you put time between you and that person, eventually their hand will get too tired to hold up the mask.
That's facts. That is facts. And we are in the year of 2023. So I appreciate you giving the wisdom. Little background about myself. You could type this in on Google. I'm trained under a licensed metaphysicist, Oyi Sun. That's Oyisun. And his teacher, Baba Kalinde, is well respected in the metaphysical community. Now, those are real, creditable people. You can go and type it in on Google, see what they about, their website, all that. You ask my teacher about me, he knows about me. Now, I agree with you in those regards because nowadays, with the First Amendment and social media, it kind of ruined credibility because anyone can hop on anywhere and just start talking and attract the audience and sway a certain amount of people in a certain direction. It's like, all right, if I follow you, where we going? I see that you have a following, but like, where are we going? What's the end result? Are you just doing this for the numbers? Or are you doing this because this is actually your purpose? Uh, is it love or is it clout? And truthfully, within myself, I think you have to have love to even. Well, it's pretty evident. You do have to have a love to even give people like the flame within them. You got to spark the flame within them, and you have to love yourself. So when you attract people that also do not love themselves from acts of that don't reflect to loving the self, it's not good. So I'll put it out there. Like Zerka, I do not mess with dude. I don't think the way that he moves is wise at all. He he talks about certain topics that are interesting, but man, come on, man. Like how many times are we gonna piggyback off someone else's race, like to try and get some spotlight? I don't think that's wise at all, and it's honestly selfish. It's extremely selfish because my people, the people that got the same skin tone as me, got to deal with that shit. Now we walking around waiting for other people to start using the word that we trying to get away from to feel what alive. Like this shit is lame, man. And I've been speaking up more often. I'm gonna start speaking up more often because, as you said, I've been fucked over many times from being humble. As people trying to tell me that don't vibrate as high as me, that I should lower my vibration. I should lower my light so that they feel comfortable. And I've done that many times, but it doesn't get you nowhere because you were put down here to be a leader. You
Let
were
me
put down here. Go ahead.
on the whole like Zerka situation and you bringing that up, you have to understand that as a mirror and realize that this person has gained the confidence to be able to put out a message that is so absurd, yet people who have a beautiful message are afraid to put out their message. So at the end of the day, like, of course I agree with you with what the fuck he's doing is ignorant, but we still have to learn the lesson in that it's there for grabs if we want to take it. But the thing about it is that we have to start setting the initiative to not be afraid to speak our message, because we have people out here who have messages that are way stupider than ours, that are completely ignorant, but are still getting to where they need to be because they're willing to do the things that most people aren't willing to do, which is just speak up, which is just show up, which is just speak loud and not worry about what the fuck someone thinks. He got the confidence to say some fucked up shit like that and not worry about what other people think. Why the fuck can't our people, and I mean just people who are trying to spread a positive message, have that same type of confidence?
I'm saying that I wouldn't even call it confidence. He got the arrogance. Because let's be real, if we start talking, however, whatever common analogy word that people use to from Albanian to Albanian, if we were to use that word, it would just look stupid. It's an identity crisis. All it is just someone trying to get attention over and over again. I understand you need the bag. We all trying to get to the bag at some point in some regards. But when you really look at the core foundation of the shit, nah, this is who he is, man. He admires a specific race of people and also despises them. I don't know if one of the brothers slid in his ex girl's DMs and took it from her because it's not hard. This nigga, he's ridiculously stupid, and I don't understand how he's even gotten this far. This shit is so, it's beyond me. And yeah, magic, people think magic's a joke till you on the opposite end of a wand. And like I said, I'm trained. You could search my fucking teacher, Sifu Oyi Sun, Oyisun. It's gotten way too far, and I really try and be there for the people, like lead the people and let them know, like, hey, race doesn't make you brother and sister. It's character, loyalty. Race makes you related. Your family, okay, that's what makes you the same bloodline. But we've all had our ups and downs with our family members. I'm sure we've all had to ask for favors from family members that we got rejected and turned down from. That a stranger that knew us for probably half the time or even one third of the time is willing to help us out even more than the people that we grew up with. So yeah, we all got different karmas that we got to pay off and stuff. But all I'm saying is, Sticks, I see where you're going with it. I want to support it. I'm definitely going to support it. Any capital that comes my way is going towards you and other like-minded people because I see the division going on. There's a big shift going on at this time. It's 2023, the year of the seven, the spiritual ascension and the spiritual downgrade, the downfall. A lot of people lost consciousness. A lot of people are struggling. They're looking to grab onto someone's soul because it's dark. They're looking for the light. But when you really come down, when it really boils down to everything, it's all right. I see how you're moving, but enough is enough. Because being humble isn't good. It's not good. It's really not. You got to have a healthy amount of ego to even be somebody in this world, especially in today's age. Everything is carnal. You got to look the part before you can even be it. A lot of women might think that they fall in love with the way that a man looks, but really his beauty lies in his wisdom. Shout out to Gary, GG33. I mess with him tough. Wise cat, I mess with him tough because they do have actual wisdom and knowledge. But things is getting real grim, real icky and shit. And motherfuckers is trying to promote mental illness. They're hopping on here, typing crazy ass messages, trying to attract crowds of people that are going through the same shit, looking for the quantity of things, but not understanding that the quality of the real message that you should be paying attention to is going over your head day by day, man. If you really want to know the truth, stand out in the sun for a little bit. Get your fucking African shea butter. Start rubbing it on you. Stop cooking the fucking the sunblock material into your skin with chemicals that you can't even pronounce the name of. Like, get your ass some colloidal silver and gold. Go within. Heal your pineal gland. It's really not that tough. But for someone that hasn't taken the leap of looking in the mirror and acknowledging the ugly, the bad, and the beautiful, it's gonna be hard. It does
The
come with.
the hardest part is understanding that the journey is just jumping that fence of limitations every single time, because I think about it like a new moon full moon cycle. Every new moon you're facing some type of work within yourself that goes back to your inner child, that goes back to your childhood. And it's like by that full moon, you should be celebrating with your ancestors about another trauma that has been broken. But the thing about it is that people get to that gate and say, nah. And they turn around and it's like, bro, you don't even know where you're turning around to. You're going the opposite way instead of seeing what's beyond that gate. If you just take the chance to jump that gate, have awareness of what caused you to act these type of ways, these emotional triggers, being the bigger person and being able to drop the emotion and drop the things that are stopping you from accepting what's been hurting you, you know. And because the only way you can ever make anything better is by first realizing that it's there and that it's real and that it exists. And then once you acknowledge that it's real and it exists, you're able to address it, move on from it, work on it, or ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be afraid to face the uncomfortable parts of you. That is the journey to getting what you want. Because the thing about it is that everything that is in the way is stopping you from getting what you want, whether that be your insecurity, whether that be your self-love, or whether that be your lack of boundaries. You don't have wealth right now because your lack of boundaries is terrible. And because you have no lack of boundaries, it has stopped you from being in rooms of opportunities that could have gotten you closer. Do you get what I'm saying? Because your lack of boundaries, you were dealing with people longer than you needed to, instead of dealing with the people that you needed to be with. So this is why it's important that healing yourself isn't just something cute and like, dude, like in spirituality, you can't, your destiny, your path, you can't access it or reach it with all the spiritual blockages that you have. Like, you guys have no clue the type of spells that is casted on you the moment you're birthed into this world. You got spells from just the day you were born that you got to get up off of you, that you got to cleanse up off of you. You got programs that have been ingrained in your brain that you got to unprogram. It's like it's like somebody gives you a brand new laptop and it already got like 30 viruses on it. You like, fuck. But the moment you get them viruses off, that bitch working clean, fast, smooth. You feel me?
Hey, that's 100. You know, everybody want to be a diamond, but no one want to handle the pressure to become a diamond. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, we can shine bright, but man, you got to, as Six said, you have to take the L's. They're not losses, they're lessons. And that's what makes you more formidable at the mind. Look at Malcolm X. He wasn't the strongest, biggest, baddest dude, but his mind was sharp. So therefore it made him dangerous. There's many different types of intelligence and excellence. Like, you know, we can give Kanye for an example. Kanye may not be the best communicator, or he might not have the highest level of emotional intelligence, but let that sound play through him. He gonna make it understood. It's gonna be the universe, the one song felt throughout everyone. And it's undeniable. And it's sad to see, you know, he wasn't able to get a grasp of what was really meant for him, but that's where we come in. We can do the work, that we can pick up the torch and continue to push where he left it off, because his message was true and it was for the people. It wasn't just for the diamonds and the riches. We all have our flaws and our virtues, but let's be real, we're more alike than we are different. And if we just all continue to sit back and let people like fucking Zerka speak his nonsense and his bullshit, come on now, like, he going after younger women for a reason. He don't want a woman with wisdom to come up here and really show him, hey man, like, I think you need to delete your Twitter and your social media, because whatever you're doing is not reflecting healthy morality for the youth. It's all for the youth. That's why they trying to target the youth with all this little Nas X bullshit. And
You gotta let him just be food, bro. He's just food
man,
for an entity. Let him just be food. But you can't keep giving, like there's always gonna be ignorance, bro. Ignorance is what gives us purpose. You
I see
realize?
what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying, but I just, it got to the point to where, man, I don't even follow you, and your tweets is popping up on my feed, man. Talking about, did you say the N word today? Coward? Come on, man. That's when enough is enough. I ain't with that. And if anyone else want to be on the team and we can stop that, then let's do it. Because I know I got a couple people that are really trying to silence that bullshit. I'm gonna be in Florida 2024, so y'all see.
But why you trying to change somebody else that's outside of yourself? You're focused on the wrong thing, I think, bro. It's not about.
You right.
It's. I mean, just let like Stick say, let ignorance be ignorance. That's his way. How he transmute his energy and get it out there. It works for him. I mean, he gonna meet his demise if it's meant to for him to meet his demise. Let a fool be a fool. As a wise man, if that's what you're attempted to be, you don't concern yourself with lesser things. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm 29. I'll get there when I get there, but right now that's gonna have to be handled. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at with it. So I appreciate the wisdom. I was in the space where he was trying to come at your name and talking to you all types of ways, and I was just like, man, this is getting a little wild. Now enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? I understand I shouldn't be vibrating low, going down to where he's at. I'm not going down to where he's at. I'm looking at where he's at, and I'm saying, hey, send the missile, get him while he down there, so that he can't make it back up.
But think about it. You guys are both dogs. Enemy year coming up. Like, like let it. Like you think about it, right? It's almost. I've been reading this book called Reality Transurfing, and they said it's potential, like something of potential. So basically, it's just having that much like energy towards something, and feeling a way about something. It gives the matrix, the simulation, an angle to get you because of that's what you worried about. So if it wants to get you upset, it knows on the 11th day, you know what? I'm gonna send him some Zerka content. You know what I'm saying? Because you have given it that awareness. But the thing about it too is just like again, let you never understand the bigger picture of things. You get me? And like I told you, they get you fat and then they slaughter you. They get you fat, then they slaughter you. So just like I'm telling you, that's why there's no even reason to speak on it because if you already have awareness of it, that means that something bigger than you has awareness of it. And maybe this is going to show you that you can trust in this realm or you can trust in karma because at the same time it's an 8 year next year. Let the magic show you what it's going to do. There's nothing for you to do. But this is something where you see how the ignorance should be inspiring you to bring more education out because that's what inspired me. Lil Nas X having that whole situation, I ended up writing a song about it called Remind Yourself and it fucking blew up on TikTok. But you know what ended up hurting me? Me going online trying to make a video, Lil Nas X, this and this and that, this and this and that, this and this, because you're trying to go against a system. Just like why you said, why is X promoting this to me? Because it's a part of the system. You get what I'm saying? But the moment that you work it within your own favor, you can use that energy and amplify it and have your own thing going on. You feel me? But after I felt deep pain off of what the fuck they was trying to push with like Lil Nas X. I wrote a song. The song went fucking viral. I probably inspired more people off of that song than me doing that video about him. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, big facts, and I'll say to that. You know, you definitely have the common side of the yin and the yang.
Alchemy. It's
Yeah,
alchemy. Don't
I'll give you
let
that.
them alchemize you. You alchemize them.
That is facts, but all I can say is till you look at my teacher, because I can't tell you everything I've done. I'll let you look at the person that taught me. I understand the ins and outs of karma. However, man, who knows? Maybe I'm a dog. We're going into 2024. I understand that it's going to be that way, whatever. But there's something about a man that doesn't have much to lose in a matrix that's already filled with so much sickness. So I'll just leave it right there.
Why is it sickness though? That's what I want to know. Why in modern day time people consider what's going on like all negativity and like some bullshit? I want
Well,
to know.
until your children come home from school and they talk about daddy, daddy, calling me the N word, you won't probably understand how it feels, man.
I mean, you know that. I mean, that's something that's been going on for. I mean, That's been
Yeah,
going on
I
for
got you
a
right there. I
while.
understand. I got you right there,
But
man.
guess
But
what
just
though? I mean,
respect my perspective, man.
okay, but I mean, I hear you. But the thing of it is, like, man, I mean, we've been calling white people monkeys for a while too now. Like I read on Dante's Inferno, uh, like in a detailed book, and it was like it's some messages in there like where he referred to like it's a saying. I forgot what it was called, but like the dude referred man to a monkey, and that goes back to calling Caucasians Neanderthals and troglodyte niggers. Like that's a that's a slang term that's been going on for centuries, and it just got flipped on us. I mean, it's you gotta fortify your mind to not let words like affect you or your children, because this shit don't matter. I mean, you said you was listening to that space where Zerka was calling me a nigga and stuff like that. And I just flipped around on him. I'm like, bro, I'm not a nigga. I'm not an ignorant person. You cannot come up here and call me ignorant because I know exactly what you're trying to do, but I'm not for that bullshit. I know I'm smart. I know I'm intelligent. And I know you're trying to get under my skin, and I'm not allowing you to. That's why he shut the fuck up. That's why I shut him down, and he moved on.
Uh, I see what you're saying, and trust me, I'm not trying to be Mr. Right. I'm not. My goal is not to be right or wrong. It's to provoke thought. Now, I'm not letting it get under my skin. I don't miss out on any form of sleep from anybody. But when I see that shit, it should be addressed. It is crazy, and that's just my opinion about it. So,
But that's the thing. You saying it should be addressed, but this man done got knocked out. How many times done got beat up? What you mean he ain't getting addressed? This shit is getting addressed. This shit is definitely getting addressed. You may want to address it. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
You may have to get that off your chest, but niggas is standing up for us. You know what I'm saying? They are definitely addressing him. So I don't even know. But the thing about it is that like this is what I'm talking about. Do you not realize how we've been talking 10 minutes about a whole nother man? This is what I don't give these type of people even my like access to my consciousness. My consciousness is too poetic for somebody to even be there. Like not worried about what bro got going on because at the end of the day, I already know how this shit go. They fall off. What's real will prosper. I know the truth, so I don't have to sit here and question God. God, why did you let this happen? Why did you let this? And it's like, yo, like chill out. You don't know what I got going on. You don't know what I'm teaching. You don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your own paper. Focus on what you got going on, bro. Like we can't keep going on and okay, but I get it, but this and it. Like fuck that nigga. I don't give a fuck about him. He not happy. Like I don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck for real.
Yeah,
And I'm telling
respect.
you,
I
hold on,
respect that.
hold on, wait. I can almost guarantee you about 5 people in this chat are like, okay, cool, like, okay, can we get on to the next topic? Fuck that nigga.
Let's get on to the next topic then, because I personally I had brought it up. I wanted to see what the temperature was in the room. I see that y'all on the same
That's some
page.
33
That's
shit.
all.
That's
Hey,
some
I'm just
33 shit
it
he just
is
did.
because I'm saying like, hey, if you with me, then you with me. Let's do
He
it.
like, I'ma come in, I'ma ruffle some feathers real quick. That's some 33 shit, right? I'm for to ruffle some feathers real quick. I'ma see if they fucking with me or not. If they not fucking with me, I'm about Wardo.
Nah, to be honest, it's just been an interesting time. I've been having to go within it. Like you said, it's the year of the dragon coming up. It's a lot of pressure being applied. And I seen that shit today. I was like, man, nah, I got time today. Let me do that. But let's go on to the next topic. That's already been addressed. I agree with y'all, to be honest, because you are right.
So here's something I want to talk about with y'all, right? And by all means, all y'all like y'all can come on and chat. Like it's a big conversation. Like I've been wondering how important is it for people to do things to just not even interact with their brain. Like I'm starting to realize me as a person who has a very stimulating brain, how important it is for me to do very mundane things or like I haven't played video games in so long, right? But now I'm trying to make it a conscious effort to play these video games because it's like my brain is always stimulated, always looking for a deeper thought. But I feel like if it's always on the deeper end of things, it's gonna end up missing the basics. Does that make sense? Like if I'm always looking for the deepest thought, I feel like I'm gonna miss the things that's right in front of me. So it's like I'm trying to put my brain on ice.
You mean like escapism? You trying to find a new way of
Uh,
escapism?
not escapism. I know what she's trying to say. Like, you need to balance. You can't always be thinking about the most inner, deepest thought. Like, you need to make space for your inner child to just.
Yeah, it's like that artistry where it's like you have to be able to do nothing. Like you need that balance of nothingness,
Yes.
shit that don't make sense, in
Yes.
order for the depth to have depth again. Because if you're always in depth, you don't even know you're in depth.
Yes, 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 yes. I just that goes back into the inner child. Just like do things that is very like pleasant for you and bring you back to like good experiences where you're in the present moment and not thinking about the future or the past and you're just present. Like
Exactly. That's what it is. I've been thinking too much about the future, and it's like I just need something to just bring me back to like right now.
for me it's painting. I'm a painter, but not everyone has to paint, but I would still encourage if you like to paint or you're interested in painting, you can paint because that's a perfect tool. You're present. You're literally just thinking about creating that thing in the moment. You're not thinking about anything else. Um, I know you produce music, so you could produce more music if you want to. That will keep you in the present moment, not like worrying about the future because you're like sitting there actively trying to create something new
It's the
for you.
productivity hack that everybody got us on in this new age. It's like we don't let our inner child live because we feel like everything we're doing needs to be profitable, or it
Right.
needs to have some type of effect to it. But it's like art doesn't work like that. You don't know what the art is going to be. It's like the art is like a child. You
It
can't tell,
is.
I want you to be this, I want you to do that. You have to let the art and the child express itself whenever, whatever it wants to. If the art doesn't want to be completed, then
Right.
you can't force it to be completed.
That's exactly what's going on with me right now. I have a fairy world big canvas, but I just didn't finish it yet. I'm like, okay, when you want to be finished, you'll let me know. Um,
Exactly. Because it's a living being, bro.
yeah, for sure. Um, and it's fun. You don't do art only for like, okay, am I gonna make a whole bunch of money off of it? You do it because it's something inside of you that you want to like see manifest, and it's fun. And then later on, maybe a year later or 2 years later, someone's gonna come up and be like, I love that. What can I exchange with you to get that in my possession? Da, 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 da. And that's how it go.
Bobber, I know you wanted to say something.
I also had a question for you, Sticks, though. But sorry, Bobbert, go ahead, and then I'll ask.
No, go ahead and ask.
Oh, okay, Sticks. I wanted to know, if you read the Greek mythology of Sisyphus because I was reading Sisyphus again, and I noticed that Styx River was in the story of Sisyphus. So I was wondering if that's where you got your name from because I was very interested about the Styx River. It was cool to me. Like, do you know
Sure.
the Greek?
The way I got my name, I picked up my name in 2018. I'm a Scorpio, so and I'm a cat, so the type of things that I'm into are very like melancholy and things like that. And I was looking up words that were synonyms for darkness, and Stygian came up. Stygian was a word to explain the Styx River. Little did I know, I ended up picking Styx River because of the connection of the wordplay. But then I started to
Mm.
Styx is also connected to Nike, and Nike is a cat company. I just thought that was kind of funny, but that's how I got the name.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's in Greek mythology, so I want to let you know that it's in Greek mythology. Stuff like that is
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if I had to live, if I had to do a different name, it would just be Ori.
Okay. Okay, I understand. Hmm.
It's funny. I was thinking about the Styx River last night in the Peter Jackson series while I was exercising. That Styx River, very serious. It's the river. What is damn souls and stuff.
And
You,
Scorpio is the eighth sign, is death too. So that's crazy. It makes sense. That's why I'm telling you, taking wisdom. Don't worry about them motherfuckers. We got them. We
Hey,
good.
I trust me. That was my lower self speaking right now. I said I had time today. I wanted to see who wanted to hop on the horses and go run down on his ass. But if it ain't gonna be like that, fuck it. We'll let the spiritual battle take its course. But you read Think and Grow Rich, right? Several times.
Of course, several times.
Yeah, same here. So that's one of the hardest lessons that Napoleon states. He says, "Man, the urge to want to get back at someone and not, so that you don't alter your stream of abundance and currency. You want to attract it because you have to attract it. It has to be within the mind. You have to treat others with a sense of gratitude and peace and positivity to really get your abundance. And yeah, I've practiced that in the past, but today, man, I had to do some things behind the scenes so I can get my feng shui correct back in my home. Asking people to leave my home that don't want to leave my home. Like, man, I got time today because it's I see Gary do it. Like, damn, Gary out here, he causing smoke at least 5 out of the 7 days a week, and it seemed like it working for him. Let me try this shit, but nah, I think Napoleon had it the right way. So I don't mean to dive too much into the lower self.
But Gary got the time.
Well,
He don't put in the work to fix his life around to do that type of stuff. And on top of that, he's being productive while doing it. He getting paid. He getting an audience. He building himself up. He using alchemy. That's what you're talking about. You just talking about running down on dude just because he offended you. Fuck that
No, that's
nigga.
not what I
Like
said.
for real.
That's not what I said. And I'm doing the same thing. Matter of fact, you see the name, Taking Wisdom. Now, as I was saying,
I'm confused. Damn.
it's not to be for myself. It's completely the opposite. It's for the people. It was my intention is saying like, all right, if I want to bring my unborn children into this realm, and I want to continue to be a great brother, father, son, person to the community, then shit got to be spoken about at some point. And I like, hey, maybe it took for my community, you people, to reassure me and let me know, hey, the way you was going about it wasn't correct. Let me, catch my breath and realign, and let me see what everyone else is thinking. Because how I'm going about it is like, all right, enough is enough. You can't just wake up 6 a.m. in the morning and start tweeting crazy shit like that. That to me is like, all right, like, yeah, let's load the horses. We going to battle. But again, I understand it's not the response that should be taken. It's a spiritual battle, and what goes around comes around. So I understand it.
especially next year. Especially next year. You gotta understand, man. Like the way that astrology work and the way that energy work, man. They say wheel of fortune. Your cards have been dealt. So you gotta. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about it. I love when it's just like shit just work out because you have to understand for great people, things take a little bit longer because it has to weed out the other people. So the people that's still standing, and the people that's still standing are the ones that weren't afraid to take their time because they knew what the outcome would be. People who are rushing are in fear that they won't be around that long, so they got to hit it while it's hot. Feel me? It's calm, it's pace. It's like basketball. I go my own pace.
Yeah,
Ella.
those people be in survival mode. They live in fear of not knowing the future versus like someone who just knows and don't mind. Like that's alchemy in itself. Like you got to have in your mind like this thing is already taken care of. This issue that I'm dealing with is already taken care of. Like I'm gonna be great because I know myself. I don't got to worry or be anxious or any of that. I just know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the psychology.
You got to pull out of that scarcity mindset and get into the abundance mindset and start drawing that to you instead.
Hey, shout out to Napoleon Hill. He got a couple great ones that I think I heard you mention as well. Sticks, Outwitting the Devil.
I love that one.
Yeah, I've listened to that. That one is actually a really good one in these times right now because you could see the difference between someone that does things for the crowd and how the crowd is moving, or someone that actually makes decisions for
Bro,
themselves.
that book got me out of a dark place. When my head, when I was like, I was in my 11th personal year, it was at the end, so it was hitting me hard. Like this was just last year, the end of 2022. So now, y'all think about just look at how I've been now compared to just like when y'all Gigi community probably just met me. Like my head was beating itself up, and I would listen to Outwitting the Devil, and it would feel like a soother on my mind. It felt like, you know how you sore and you put like some type of like cream on your body and it just makes your body like relax, like a muscle relaxer. It was like a mental relaxer for me. It allowed all negative things to easily be perished. Like if you struggle with negative thinking, I definitely recommend Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, because that book will remove any negative beliefs because it'll get to the root of it. Man, that's just dope. What other books you been reading?
Oh, The Game of Life and How to Play It by the Master Key Society, 1927. We got Your Word is Your Wand. The Science of the Breath by the Vedic Hindu Culture. Woke Doesn't Mean Broke by Billy Carson. So within the Bible, I'm not well versed on it and I haven't gone too far into it, but a gentleman 2 years ago came into my store. I was working at a gas station at the time at like 12 a.m. at night. We start chopping it up for a while. He's a real cool guy. He tells me he was incarcerated for 9 years. Starts talking to me about the Bible, and it was just kind of interesting because I literally spoke out loud to myself the day before, I need to get my hands on a Bible. And the next day, a Bible appeared. Then he goes into depth telling me that he highlighted everything that stood out to him in the Bible. And then he left the store, and I'm stocking the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, come back out to a Bible on the front desk. And I knew it was his because there's no way a Bible just is sitting there after we were talking for damn near 30, 45 minutes. And he told me he had highlighted his version as he was locked up for 9 years. And I prayed, I was like, man, I hope this is the version that he highlighted because I really wanted to see what stood out to him. Now, it was the version. And I looked at the Bible and I was like, all right, it's the Gideon's version. It has like the little Aquarius pot on the bottom left corner of it. And I was like, all right, this is nuts. This is crazy. And I had been practicing my celibacy, holding on to my sexual energy, dodging people that shouldn't be in my life. So it was really showing itself at that time. It was very potent. Everything that the Matrix, the universe, was doing to show me you're on the right path. Now, I was looking through the Bible. I looked at like page 1287. I think it was the very beginning of Temptations. And I wanted to start there because we're living in a time of temptation. You know, like there's OF models with plastic body getting work done left and right. There's substances, gossip, negative energies that you can just easily fall off and fall into those type of energies and get deterred from the mission. Now he comes back like 2 hours later. It was a weird ass night. I was like, dude, he's not saying when he's leaving. He's not saying when he's coming back. He just comes and goes. Now he's like a 6'5" white dude. He comes back. He's like, hey, Artiste. That's my real name, Artiste. Now he goes, hey, Artiste, I want you to start on this page. I'm giving you some homework, and this is where you should start. And also, the book of Proverbs. So he says, today's, what is today? The 30th? So there's 31 chapters of Proverbs. Now, he goes, for each day of the month, Proverbs aligns, each chapter aligns to each day of the month. And that's a guide for you to get through each of the days. So today, if we were to open our Bibles to Proverbs chapter 30, it would give wisdom of how to get through the day. And I kid you not, this book is filled with magic. Not almost like every book is going to have lies to deceive you, and then there's going to be truth for you to go within and find out within whether that resonates with the self. Because if you're really gifted, you'll be able to decipher the wisdom from any religion. It can be Chinese, Hindu, American, Sumerian, whatever. You'll find it if you are really gifted. Now, Proverbs chapter 1 to 31 for the 31 days. Don't take my wisdom because it's not mine, but I have it. Find out for yourself. And he tells me, he's like, hey, so this is your homework on this page. Tell me why it was the same exact page that I decided that I was going to start myself on the Book of Temptations. That day was crazy, and I had just received my Vedic astrology readings. I paid for a D1. That's a nakshatra, a normal nakshatra reading, 150 for that, and a D9, which is another 150 for that. Which is like, so D1 is your birth chart as if it was a tropical astrology chart, a regular chart that everyone knows, the typical chart. Now D9, the Navamsha chart, that is your chart that expresses the inner strength of your planets and also the planets that are prominent in your life from the age 30 and beyond.
Which
I'm
astrology,
29.
which astrology have you found has been the most accurate for you?
um, so in terms of most accurate, it's definitely going to be Chinese, just because they're using the five elements and it's something that you can apply in real time. Vedic astrology, you got to go through and learn the 28 nakshatras and then learn like the elements and the animals that associate with them, and then also go ahead and really understand astrology in itself, because astrology is hard to learn, but it's easy to master. So once you learn it, you can apply those same principles in everyone else's chart. That's why it's easy to understand other people's charts once you learn it, because it's the same mechanics. It's almost like one becoming an engineer. Once you get the skill, you know how to operate on these cars. Now, he said, oh, and I also paid for my pending karma reading. If anyone can get a pending karma reading from an astrologer that is willing to do it, do that shit. Because what it does is it takes the sixth, eighth, and the 12th house lord, and it tells you the things that you need to complete in order to have a great life. Now, you may not believe this. I'm not saying that it's always going to be 100% accurate, but I did it with the Michael Jordan of Vedic astrology. I'm sure that we all know KRS channel, Kapil Raj. I've gotten 3 readings from him, and he's been extremely accurate. That's why I speak the way I do. That's why I was like, hey, man, let's load the horses, because I already did my karma. I'm ready to go. But if we're not loading the horses today, I'll just, if the people say we shouldn't load the horses, I won't load the horses. I'll take your word, 6. I could definitely use a 7 on my team. I would like to be of assistance, but yeah, Chinese is definitely going to be the most influential, because it's not about, like, yeah, we have issues and problems, but we should be focusing on the solutions. And with the Chinese astrology, you can literally learn it within a month. It doesn't take that long. There's only 5 elements instead of like 12 zodiacs, 27 nakshatra or 28 nakshatras. And then within those
It's
20
so confusing to me, dog. Like
ele-
my brain start thumping looking at that shit, bro. I
I'm
be
telling you.
what the fuck is Wahoo, bitch? Like, what the fuck? Like, why this shit couldn't just, you know what I'm saying? So many different systems, but it's like,
ele-
I've noticed that they all just intertwine and they all basically say the same thing in
they
different.
do. They
Yeah,
really do.
yeah, they all say the same thing in different ways. Um, I love numerology. You feel me? I love the astrology. I love like I started off with the regular Western astrology, then got into numerology and went back into the Western astrology because it's like you end up learning like letterology. So then I'm going back into my astrology. I'm like, my Venus is in Virgo. That's 2 V's. Then I'm like, okay, Virgo. People always talk about Virgo being like OCD and like super controlling. And I'm like, well, the beginning of Virgo starts with 22. 22 still is a 4. OCD adds up to 4. But Virgos are really good at building people up, and that's what they thrive off of. But get a low vibrational Virgo, that motherfucker gonna tear your ass down. Because you know what I'm saying? Like,
You know who Young Pharaoh is?
yes.
He got his Mercury in Virgo. So when he look at you, and if you about to get roasted by a Virgo, you better get your riot showed up. And if they have any spiritual
Well,
inclination, come on.
my Mercury's in Scorpio. Let's go. Cause one thing about it, I know how to steam back real quick. I got a statement right for you. What's good? It's quick, too, fast, in a hurry, right back at you. Number 8.
So your Mercury's in Scorpio and tropical, correct?
Yeah. You want me to look at my Vedic?
I guarantee you have it in Libra because that's the business sign, Libra.
Let me see.
And
Go ahead though.
yeah, I would just assume because this is the only thing. I'll put it like this: I was on shrooms at a party talking to my brother's girlfriend, and she's really into astrology too. And we're both, all of us are sitting there on shrooms, and I turn over
It's
because
Scorpio.
we would always kind of go back and forth about tropical or Vedic, and I was trying to get her to understand, like, look, I started where you was at, but Vedic is kind of a little bit more accurate. And I literally fell in love with my tropical placement. I had a fucking Scorpio stellium in the 10th house with like 4 planets in tropical. So when I looked at my Vedic chart, I was like, nah, I can't get with this. Nah, like tropical is everything to me, but it's
So
it's a it's a part of the journey. Like you said, there's gonna be some pressure applied, but
so
what my
what can
go
you say
ahead.
about Scorpio? Because I just checked my Vedic chart. It's Mercury in Scorpio.
Oh, it still is. What nakshatra though? Bishaka?
Wait. Hold on, my girl. Hold on. So I see the Scorpio. Damn, this Puyong, Chitra, Viravati, Mula. Damn, my nigga.
I'm
Damn.
telling you, hey, I can save you some time. I could take you. I've been
Oh,
doing this
it
for
says
5 years.
Vishaka.
Yeah,
Vishaka.
see, I knew it. Vishaka and Libra share a nakshatra. That's why it's similar. It's kind of like being on the cusp, you could say. But this was my realization. I believe that your tropical chart you experience from age 1 to 18. Now, depending on how you live in, if you are looking to go within and vibrate higher, you'll grow into your Vedic chart. But you still have the tropical abilities because that's where you came in this realm. But as you grow, it's towards the Vedic because tropical astrology goes by the Gregorian calendars. And what I mean by that is September, like the word sept, is actually the numerical value of 7. And October is the numerical value of 8. But why are those the ninth and the 10th months? Why is November the numerical value of 9, but that's the 11th month? So the Gregorian calendar is going by the months instead of the constellations. Vedic astrology is 23 degrees at more accurate than tropical. That'll get you closer to yourself and the constellations, but they're still missing the 13th sign. And Egyptian astrology includes the 13th sign, which is the snake bearer. They're not gonna give you the full truth. They're not even gonna give you a decent amount of the truth because if you find out how to do this shit, then we all gonna be conspiring and working with each other. It's gonna be all the Virgos working amongst each other because they're great at organization. They have the ability to really see things with the keen perception, and they're not gonna allow you to fucking lie to them because they all have that's their gift. They're gifted with the ability of analytics.
So let me.
Libra.
What's
Go
the
ahead.
Vedic placement for money? I'm sure everybody want to know that shit.
Oh yeah. So peep this. Anyone's 10th house, which is the 10th zodiac sign, Capricorn, you want to look at the sign that's in your 10th house. And then there's like, say, if you want to develop a business, there each zodiac sign and nakshatra has a sound that it makes. So I'm pretty accurate with mine, as you can see. My LLC is taking wisdom. The sounds that are in the 10th house of my chart personally are T, Te, Tu, and To. So any business that you're going to develop with the sound that is in your 10th house vibrationally comes to life because that's the thing. What we talked about earlier. It's not the fact that people are regurgitating information or saying it. It's the vibration that you guys are receiving through this phone. So even just listening to my voice, you should be able to feel whether my intention is sincere or fake. If you have been doing this for a certain amount of time, or
Gary,
if you say what?
Gary talks about this too. It's like through someone's voice, you can already
Yeah, you
tell.
can. I'm telling you, it's sound.
So
That's the
now,
thing. We're
wait,
70% water.
my 10th house is two Capricorn placements, and is Denise. Wait, hold on,
Danishta,
no, no, no,
Denisa,
no, not Denishta. It's not Denishta. It says
Shada Pija.
it says K and oh, it is Denishta. It's my Denishta.
Okay.
and it is 14. Hold on. Damn.
That's a musical song.
Ravana,
It is the drums. That's it resembled. Wait, Shabana? Oh, okay,
Ravana,
interesting.
and Denisha.
Capricorn.
Yeah, so Shabana is actually ruled by the moon, which is this shit. The Vedic astrology gets so interesting because you have the elements that play into it. Now you have the nakshatra, which comes with like a symbol, an animal, a plant, which is kind of like similar to Celtic astrology. And shout out to Wise Cat because he said it. I didn't quite understand the level of accuracy, but this is not from me. This is from Wisecat. So when you guys, if you hear it or if you teach it, give him his praise. That's what I'm all about. GG33, Gary, Wisecat, they taught me a lot when it comes to numerology. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I've studied under my Sifu, Oyi Sun, for about 3 years now. Now, he says it goes Chinese astrology is the most accurate, then it's Celtic astrology, which is like that. I want to compare it to kind of like Kabbalah, Kabbalistic, like the tree of life and like plants and real magic. Then it's Vedic, then it's tropical, and then it's like tarot. So he said Chinese is the most accurate, Celtic is next, Vedic, tropical, and then tarot. And I mean, we can sit here all day and have these epiphanies about this, that, or this, but really, what you want to do is just start at your pace. There's no race. The universe is studying you. As much as you want to think that you're studying this information, the universe is studying you and determining when you're ready to receive the next level. Now, you said your 10th house is in Denisha. I just,
Tell me something. Tell me something.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. But this is the thing. So I've been giving consultation for 5 years. And I make it affordable because it's not about the money. I feel like the wisdom in itself is way more beneficial. Just to see someone grow within the self is a beautiful
About to
thing. It
promote
makes
something, bro? You about to promote something?
I'm not promoting nothing, love. What you talking
I'm
about?
I'm
What you
making
talking
sure.
about? Hey,
I
hey.
thought you talking about services that you provide. I'm thinking you about to tell me a little reading or something.
Oh
Shit.
yeah, I'm about to. I got to go into my library of wisdom first, though.
I
I
gotta
can't
make.
just.
Hey man, you gotta understand. I got an audience here. I gotta protect the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, this isn't. Trust me, I want to work with you. I think what you're doing is amazing. I could tell that you was really intelligent from watching Gary and Wise get down because I happened to come across you from GG33. No, that was a great day because you young and you getting it. That's all I want to see is people really make it. And truthfully, if we all had $1 million, if everyone flat out across this world had $1 million, what would be the new determiner of value? What would we consider value? Would it be talent? Would it be intelligence? Would it be social status? So I just want to help put money in people's pockets the same way that I had the opportunity to do it for myself. I've been living in the most expensive city in America for about 10 years now. And that's all praise to the Most High. He's the reason why I've been able to do that now. Let me tell you a little something about Denisha before we get too far deep. And again, Sticks, have you seen the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake?
I've seen some clips of it, but now you make me want to really watch it.
Yo, that is my fucking favorite movie. That is the most impactful movie that we might experience in our entire lifetime. Watch that motherfucking movie several times. I learn from it each time I watch it. It's like a different thing every single time I watch it. It talks about the value of time and what we're all subconsciously working day by day, slaving for, which is time. So, Denista, represented by the flute and peacock feathers. So I don't know if you've seen
That's
that.
crazy. I got a peacock feather tattooed on me because of
Hey, look at that! I'm telling you, the planet Mars. It's the drum and the flute. The symbol that is represented by is the farmer. The animal is represented by the female lion. The bird is the peacock. And your sound is Ga, G, Gu. and gay. So if you were to make any type of a business with the God, Gi, Gu, gay, like the sound, the pronunciation, it'll vibrationally activate. Now, let me tell you one more thing because that's what I'm here to do. So, and this is funny because you are musically inclined. It says the best remedy for Denista natives is to have a musical instrument in their home, like drums, tabla, or a flute. These musical items cannot be for decoration or should work as a real instrument. Having a musical instrument in your home will bring rhythm to life along with wealth. Damn, you see, I'm telling you, everybody got certain hacks, like human hacks that work for you, colors, vibrations, that if you literally just learn about this shit, you can start to be the best version of yourself for your family, for your kids, for your community. And that's when we all learn about ourselves and go within, that's when the world will become a better place. Now, it says the most important remedy is to never make a promise or give your word to someone unless you can 100% fulfill it. Do not say I will do this for you or and forget about it. One way or the other, this lifetime or the other, you will have to fulfill that promise. Do understand when you do fulfill a promise, you pay highest of debts in your karmic web of life. Damn, that's let that
Wait,
sink
wait, wait,
in.
wait, wait. Explain that. Explain that.
Let that sink in. Did you like? That's the thing about the wisdom too. You gotta like some days you gotta let it digest. You can't just be in the library all damn week. You're gonna drive yourself
Just say
crazy.
it one more time. Say it one more time.
So it says, do understand when you do fulfill a promise, you pay the highest of debts in your karmic web of life. So when you make someone a promise and you say and you complete it, you knock off chunks of your karmic debt. Because we all have karma that we gotta burn. And you can see this within Vedic astrology too. Now, it says, so do not avoid, but start from small promises before jumping the gun and saying you are the only person I will marry, etc., or will give you a promotion. So if you know you can't, give someone the full truth, don't even fucking lie. Like just, tell it how it is. Tell him like, hey, I want to be there. I want to show up to your party, but I just can't. I have other things I gotta get to. Something along those lines. Now, those are your remedies. I'll send this to you too, just so
Thank
that you know I'm not capping. And I only charge 28 for that. When really, there's other people, man, throw a zero behind it. It'll still go. And this is from the number one, the Michael Jordan of Vedic astrology, not me. It's not my wisdom, but I have it. Copy our rise, KRS channel. He has hundreds of videos. And
anybody else in here also like big on Vedic or anything like that? I haven't really like I know Tut, are you into you into Vedic, Tut? Are you here? No? Okay.
what's
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear
yeah.
me?
Yeah, are you into Vedic?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I
Now
can hear you.
I was actually thinking about Vedic last night. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so tell me, you was saying something about Saturn, right? Cause so he just taught me about the Nishta. Yeah, y'all niggas gonna teach me today. He was talking about Nishta. You was talking about Saturn. So my Saturn's in Aries. So how is that connected? Like, tell me something.
All right, so peep this.
Yeah,
You're
Saturn's in it.
Wait, hold on. Tut's gonna go. Tut's
oh
gonna go, and then you can go after him.
You gotta watch your temper with your Saturn. Saturn is like a disciplinary action, but you gonna learn your lessons through your temper, but also how to be a good leader as well.
Ooh, ooh. Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right. So keep in mind, I was just reading for your 10th house. Now, if your 10th house is in Capricorn, that means you're you're Aries rising, right? In
Nah,
Vedic.
nah, my rising is Capricorn.
Oh, you in
I
Vedic?
have two Capricorn placements. I have
No,
two
no,
Capricorn
no.
in 10 house.
What's your 10th house in Vedic then? Like what
Oh,
sign?
okay. Hold on. I was just looking at that little chart. Where my other
And
phone?
if you do want to know about Vedic, I suggest cosmicsquares.com. That's the best one I've came across.
Oh, I'm on Cosmic Insights. Is that the same shit?
It's not. It's
Okay,
not.
okay, wait. Hold on. Stay right there. I'm checking right now. Houses, okay. 10th house
Just tell me. I mean, you could just tell me what your ninth house is. I'll know what your ascendant is from there.
is, it says, what
Or
the
tell me
fuck?
what your. Just go ahead and tell me what you're ascendant, because that Vedic, it's kind of hard to understand the placements in
My,
Vedic. I understand what you're looking at.
my ascendant is Capricorn.
And what nakshatra is it listed?
Danishta.
Okay, so you're Denisa. That means fifth house would be Taurus, and that means that your ninth house would be Virgo,
Yeah.
and your tenth house is Libra. Man, come on now. You
I
need
got
to get with me. You need to get with me. You have the same sounds as me in your tenth house. Taking wisdom. T, te, tu, to. Come on.
Oh, I had you reading the wrong shit.
Well, you told me that your tenth house was Capricorn, but it wasn't. No. Your
Oof.
ascendant is Capricorn. That's my ascendant too. Now, even more important than any chart you can get, there's something called a dasha. This is the planetary period that you're living through. So I'll just give an example about myself because it's easiest. In 2008, the planet Venus came into my life. I was born in a Mercury from 1994 to 2008. I was going through Mercury. 2008 to 2028, I'll be in a Venus dasha. So the Venusian energy will be present within my life until 2028. It's important that each of us know this because it plays into like what kind of activities you should be going into at the time, and you want to see like, yo, if your Venus is retrograde, how is that gonna affect your life? Because like, let's say a normal Venus is about benefic things and love and positivity, but a Venus retrograde could be like the reverse of that. So you might be attracting the wrong people into your life in certain states or in certain countries. It's kind of wild how this shit really boils down, but yeah, what I would say is your dasha, find that out, and you can find it out through me. I got you. I'll hook you up. I'll come around.
Thank you. All right, y'all. I had fun with y'all, but I'm out. I gave y'all a lot of energy and attention, and I enjoyed it. But y'all gotta go find your own entertainment for now.
All
I'll
right. Hey, till
talk
next
y'all
time.
later.
Till next time.